Underscore Kiri Zoom.
We missed you a lot. Hope you're feeling better by now. Underscore Kiri Pat Colin underscore Kiri Pat. Additionally, got any opinions on yesterday's race?
Thank you, first of all, for the super chat, Alpa Rebel. Hello, everyone. Yes, I do have opinions on yesterday's race, and that is I missed yesterday's race because I was busy preparing for this week. So after the stream today, actually, I'm gonna be watching the highlights and stuff. Now, I will tell you, because I am a racing giraffe and, you know, I'm into Formula 1 and stuff and everything, it's all over my timeline, all right? I see all the drama. I see what everyone's talking about, okay? There's, like, drama between Alonso and the Colapinto guy, right? And then there's drama between Max Verstappen and Lando Norris, and you know, there's like all sorts going on. Oscar Piastri wants Formula 1 to turn into NASCAR, where people just deal with it on the track and start punching each other, which, you know...
Spotted.
What did you say? What did you call me? Hang on a second, all right? This is the first time I've been on stream for the past 2 weeks, okay? And you have the audacity. You have the audacity to call me a woman. If you're gonna say that, at least tell me where I need to be, okay? You can't just say that. You need to give context. Thank you for the super chat. I do apologize, by the way, if I end up coughing. I'm fine. I'm not dying. All right, I've had this pretty weird illness that the cough just doesn't go away. But like, I'm all recovered and everything. It's only the cough that's remained. So I'm fine. I'm fine. But if I end up laughing and then coughing because I'm laughing, or I get exasperated and I end up coughing, it's normal, all right? Don't panic. Don't worry about it. I should be fine though. Maybe. Probably. Probably not. But, so yeah, the Formula 1... we'll get to that, but first, hi guys! It's been a while. How you doing? Oh my god, I have been wanting to stream so badly, and I wanted to make sure that I was completely cleared and ready to go. However, it has been 2 weeks or so, and I feel really bad for making you guys wait even longer with my cough and everything. And I'm pretty much fine. You can already tell, right? Like, my voice is back. I'm got my energy. I'm all here. It's just, you know, if I end up having a bit more of an exasperated sort of thing, then I start coughing a little bit, but otherwise I'm fine. So I've been touching grass. I've been doing all sorts, okay? I've had a great 2 weeks recovering, but yeah, I'm back. And I missed you guys a lot, actually, because I've been yapping to myself when it comes to cars and stuff like that. To be honest, the Formula 1 was gone for like 4 weeks anyway, so it wasn't too big of an issue. But at the same time, I really miss talking about racing and cars, and oh, I need to nerd out again. Jeff Fisher, thank you for becoming a member for 3 months. I thought initially that the emote with the steering wheel was actually Kiri with a mustache for when we call you Kevin. Kevin emote when? You thought it was a mustache? Does it look like one? I don't know. I haven't really looked at it for that long to see it that way. I've kind of just saw it as me giving a death stare while I'm trying to drive, you know? Which is completely normal when you're on the motorway in the UK. Anyone in the UK can associate themselves with that. You know what happened to me, actually? I was on the motorway, right? Last week, I was on the motorway, believe it or not, okay? And I saw the most beautiful sight of all time. Now, this is something that people who are into cars and people who aren't into cars can totally relate to and totally associate themselves with, because it makes sense, all right? I'm going to explain this in the most perfect way ever. Well, maybe not the most perfect way. Legacy, thank you for the super chat. Did you miss me? I sure missed you. I've been trying to tell you about that Verstappen W over Norris in the US. I missed you for reals, though. Listen, okay? I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it. But I know that Gordon Ramsay was there for some reason. and some other people. But anyway, so this sight that I saw, I was on the motorway. Loads of traffic, as per usual, as it is, or as you guys would call it, the highway, right? There was traffic there. And so while I'm traveling down this highway, I see a beautiful Lamborghini, right? There was a beautiful Lamborghini in white. It was absolutely amazing. However, the driver was driving very safely, so there was no actual engine noises coming out of it or anything like that. I mean, you know, it's in traffic, so I don't blame it for being quiet, but at the same time, it's like, come on, if you're gonna buy a Lamborghini, make sure you speed up, right? Make sure you use the engine, the exhaust. That's what it's there for. But anyway, that's not the point I'm trying to make, right? So next to this beautiful specimen of a Lamborghini, I see another beautiful specimen, one would say, especially if you are a woman. And it was a Nissan Micra. Now, before I get into the delve of this Nissan Micra and why it's so beautiful, let me explain. So the Nissan Micra, okay, everyone can picture a Lamborghini in their minds. They know what a Lamborghini looks like, right? It's very easy to picture. But a Nissan Micra, basically, the back of the car, it's a very small car, right? It's a small car. It's a small car, and it has like a kind of, how do I call this, like a bubble butt. it's got like a really bubbly back, one would say. It kind of looks like it's not sold in the US. Okay, let me put this on stream then. I thought this was a global thing, but apparently not. So the Nissan Micra, it looks like a woman's car. And I will show you what it looks like. So the front of it, the headlights kind of look like very rounded, kind of like a Porsche. I feel really bad comparing that to a Porsche, because at least the Porsches look good, right? But the Nissan Micra, it looks horrible. Okay, so it's very rounded, and I'm trying to find a picture of the back. For some reason I can't. Okay, I've got one, right? Please ignore the registration plate on this Micra. This is not, you know, it doesn't lead anywhere, okay? It's just a car that's for sale. Don't worry about it, right? So this Nissan Micra, it was basically in this color, and I think this is the signature color that you see Nissan Micras in anyway. So I'm just bringing it on stream now. There we go. So yeah, we see this is a Nissan Micra. That's what it looks like at the back, okay? So imagine going down this beautiful highway or motorway. You see a Lamborghini, beautifully constructed with precision engineering, right? The finesse of a beautiful engine, everything, right? And then you see this next to that, okay? But it doesn't end there. It does not end there, okay? While they're keeping neck to neck with each other, right? That is something. Yeah, it is a pretty beautiful car. So while they're going neck and neck, right? This Nissan Micra, I'm telling you right now, was absolutely filled. There was like no gaps of paint, barely any gaps of paint. Absolutely filled with tons and tons of stickers all over the rear. And the stickers weren't anything cool. Like, you know how some people have edgy text and stuff like that, right? There are some people who have designs and stuff like that with their stickers. Okay, this car had random stickers, tiny stickers, all over the back of it. And it was horrible stuff, all right? And I gotta tell you now that I'm gonna look at the picture I took actually, but I gotta tell you right now that the stickers were very horrible, and they kind of confirmed that it was actually a male driving the car, so it made it even worse. There was a little crack, for example, on the back of the car, and it had a sticker on top of it, which is in the shape of a band-aid or a plaster that said ouch on top of it. And if that doesn't explain what the rest of the stickers would have said, then, you know, I can't really explain anything else. There was also like a Mad Hatter sticker, and it said, we're all mad here. And that kind of stuff. It was terrible. It was so bad. And seeing that next to a Lamborghini was just priceless. I don't think I'll ever see anything as beautiful as that sight ever again on a UK road. But yeah, if that doesn't explain car culture in the UK, then I don't know what does. So I'm gonna end my yapping there, but that was my experience while I was away over the weekend. So yeah, pretty dramatic, right? In other news though, let's get back to the stream stuff, right? So that sounds like a car meeting hell. Hey, let the man enjoy his car.
Welcome back, Kiri.
Kiri?
Funny story about your merch. Set up the mouse mat. My mum saw it and said you looked cute.
Oh.
But because my keyboard was covering your torso, she asked, is she naked? No, mum. She's not naked, lol.
You had your keyboard over my chest like a goddamn sensor sticker? What is going on? Look at you, okay? You know what makes me laugh about that, actually? It's not the fact that your mom questioned whether or not I was naked, right? But it was firstly that she said I was cute and then asked if I was naked. Like, she was interested, you know? Do I have Riz? Am I, like, picking up your mom? Am I meeting her at the mall? Like, what's going on, okay? Second of all, right? Does that mean your mom assumes that you just have naked women around? Because if so, that's pretty based. That's pretty based of her to assume you just have that. Kiri, for shame. What do you mean for shame? Isn't that the whole thing right now? Isn't everyone all about hag culture and mom love and all that? It's all about that, right? What is going on right now? I don't know what you're saying. I don't know why you're shaming me for being part of the whole cult, okay? I don't know what you're talking about. I don't think you should police those things, all right? I get to do what I want. I'm a VTuber. Oh, anyway, so thank you for the super chat. So, another thing that I need to update you guys on that I announced before I disappeared and taken into the vortex from my illness is that I am now associated with GamerSupps. I am officially a GamerSupps partner. I announced this on Twitter like 2 weeks ago, and I apologize. I was not able to actually talk about it on stream until today. But we are now associated with GamerSupps, and you can now get yourself delicious, beautiful beverages from GamerSupps, and you can use the code Kiwi, that is KIWI, okay? No spelling mistakes. Don't say you're dyslexic or anything. I spelt it out, okay? KIWI. You can also do exclamation mark GG in chat and it will bring up the link, right? That automatically applies the code for you. So thank you for the 2 months, Shizuko's Apostle. So yes, we have now got a GamerSupps code, 10% off your order. Feel free to use it. Feel free to spam it whenever you want. I personally have also tried GamerSupps. Of course, I would not do stuff if I didn't actually try it myself, because like, what the heck, man? You gotta try it yourself, right? So I've tried the GamerSupps myself. I've tried loads of different wow, that's a lot of Kiwis. That's a lot of GGs. So I tried a lot of the flavors. I also tried some of their cups and stuff, okay? And I will tell you, my favorites at the moment are Copium, because it's a nice cranberry flavor. I've also tried anime thighs, which is quite nice. It's like orange and cream mixed together. It's a bit of a lighter taste though compared to the cranberry. The cranberry is stronger, and I like strong flavors, so you can have that one. There's also the, I believe it's Gamer Fart 9000 with guacamole Gamer Fart 9000, and I gotta say, number one, that is the most amazing name that anyone could ever come up with. All right, but number two, it was a really good flavor. It was great. So it actually went down pretty well. So yeah, I love that one a lot. I'm trying to remember what other ones I've tried. I tried so many. I also tried some of their noodles, which are great. They also come with a fork, actually. So if you don't want to like get a fork out, or you can't be bothered to do the dishes or whatever, it comes with a nice little plastic fork that's unfoldable. So you don't have to, you can literally just throw everything away. It's great. I'm trying to remember what else other flavors I have, but my favorite is definitely copium. I'm going to be trying dragon fruit punch pretty soon, but I've heard that one is really, really good. And LDD 7414, thank you so much for the 3 months. There's quite a few I have missed. When will we get a Kiri flavor that makes up go fast? You will get a Kiri flavor the more you order, basically. So let's work hard to get there, okay? Let's do it. I'm going to be getting loads of stuff myself as well because I love Gamer Subs. It's great. Notorious BSG, thank you so much for the 3 months as well. Welcome back, Kevin. We all missed you. Thank you. Thank you. I'm yapping a lot. I haven't even gotten into the stream yet, but thank you so much. I do have a lot to catch up with you guys with, so yeah. They have noodles. Yes, they have noodles. They also have some mixes that allow you to sleep. I believe they call it AFK. So if you struggle to sleep at night, this is meant to aid your sleep, which I actually want to try as well, because occasionally I do get the zoomies a bit too much. You know how it is when you're a racing giraffe, right? You just can't go to sleep because you're just so hyper. It just happens, okay? You can't explain it. So the AFK would actually help me quite a bit. And if you struggle to sleep as well, then you can have that as well. Also, to explain it a little bit more, I won't do this every stream, by the way. I'm just doing it for today because I need to explain how it works and everything. They also have caffeine-free stuff. So if you don't want to have caffeine, if you don't want to affect your sleep or anything like that, you can have the caffeine-free stuff, and it tastes pretty much the same as the ones with caffeine. I've tried both, so they taste exactly the same. And there is also there's also like merchandise and stuff. You could buy like shirts and hoodies and stuff like that of different designs. You could get VTuber merch on there as well, because it's obviously I'm not the only VTuber associated with Gamer Subs. I'm sure everyone already knows this. I believe someone bought like some other VTuber stuff with my code as well, so it's great. Support VTubers, yeah. Yeah. So yeah, Gamer Subs is great. They don't affect your keto as well. They're very keto friendly, so if you're on a diet or anything like that, they won't affect anything. So don't worry about, oh my god, how many calories is it or anything like that. It's literally just a little powder that you add to water, and that's it, and it flavors it for you pretty much, and it's really good. It's really, really good. I personally use it a lot when I'm training and stuff, so it's great. It's great. Kiri did come back with the milk. She wasn't just gone for nothing. Hey! What do you mean by that? Was the milk the Gamer Subs? So yes, Gamer Subs. The code is Kiwi. Feel free to use it whenever you want, okay? And what I'm gonna do from now on is I'm gonna have like a little video or something, a 1-minute video that explains exactly what Gamer Subs is, what the code is and stuff like that, and you know, make it in my fun little gimmicky videos that I normally make, and I'll just link it in the description. So if you guys want to know more, or I'll even link it in the command as well, but if you guys want to know more, you can just click on that and it will tell you everything about Gamer Subs and stuff like that. So yeah, yes. Oh, all right. Do I have a diet? Yes, leaves. Wait, that makes me sound like I'm a vegetarian. I mean, technically I am a vegetarian. I'm a giraffe. But I also like to protein, you know? It's all about the protein. Come on, how do you think I get my muscles? Come on. A blackcurrant flavor called engine oil would be peak. I like how you guys are already coming up with flavor suggestions already. I love this. You're getting flavor suggestions already. You got like blackcurrant flavor with engine oil. Someone said like an electric flavor as well, a fruit shoot flavor, all sorts. So yeah, I'm pretty excited to be doing stuff with Gamer Subs, and I'm really looking forward to doing more stuff with them. So let's segue away from that. You guys aren't here for me to yap anymore. You're here for the review, okay? You're here for the actual car brand reviews, the car brand tier list, right? So, welcome to today's stream. We are going to be ranking car brands. Now, I just want to disclaim that the thumbnail is not actually my rankings. I just slapped that together while I was trying to make thumbnails. It's not actually what I believe the tiers are. I just want to disclaim that because a lot of people were like, I'm judging you already based on the thumbnail. I don't like this. I don't know where you're going with this, but I don't believe in it. So, it's not clickbait. It's not clickbait. I just went, ooh, Ferrari. Just slap it somewhere where it will fit. You know, because I didn't want to put Ferrari at the top because I think that was pretty obvious. All right, so I apologize. Do I? Actually, no, I don't apologize. Come on, man. Everything's about drama these days. All right, so let's go on to the gaming screen so we can sort out the sort out the tiers. Hello, I'm moving over now. Bada bing, bada boom. Okay, so welcome to this tier list. Now, there are some car brands on here that I actually do not recognize, so I apologize in advance if I don't recognize the car brands. There's like some of them that I'd never even heard of before, but it could also just be that I'm dumb, so I do apologize. But we're gonna start off with a well-known brand around the world. I'm pretty sure Fiat is known everywhere, and I'm not gonna judge this based on the Fiat 500, because although the Fiat 500 is a very stereotypical woman's car, and it's like a city roamer kind of car, and it works pretty well as a car to fit very, I would say, very tight roads, right? Because, you know, it's like very slim, very tiny, very slim. It's made for the city life, the jam-packed city life. You could probably drive that down a back alley and no one would bat an eye. You know what I mean? So apart from the Fiat 500, there is also the Fiat Multipla. And now I want to just talk about the Fiat Multipla for a second, because every time I see the Fiat Multipla, I've got to say, although that car has a very, I would say, unique look. It has a very unique look. You could tell that that is a Fiat from a distance. You know what I mean? You don't even have to look at the badge of the car to know that that is a Fiat. It's the same with the 500 actually, because they're just recognizable. You don't need to see the brand on it. It's super unique. I really love the little bubble that the Multipla has on the front. You know what I'm talking about? It has that sort of, I don't even know what to call that. It's just like a bubble. It's a very rounded end to the windshield, you know? The duck car, I guess it does look like a duck. That's kind of weird though. That is kind of weird to say. And then you have the Fiat Panda. That is true. The Fiat Panda though, the Fiat Panda, you know, it kind of, Yeah. Yoga, thank you so much for becoming a member. I better see my ride in S tier, Kiwi. I will try, maybe. I don't know. So I will put Fiat. I will put Fiat in its own category where I believe it deserves to reign. And I'm purely basing this off of design, performance, and my personal opinion. Because everyone cares about personal opinions, right? Obviously, that's why you're here. What do you mean no? What do you mean no? So, the Fiat obviously deserves to go in F. F for Fiat. It just makes sense. Where else would you put that? Recognized as its own tier, it deserves to go in the F tier. Now, every single woman ever would disagree with me. So, I do apologize in advance. However, counterpoint, I'm not a woman. I'm actually an 85-year-old old man using a voice changer. So, it's a bit different. I have a different opinion. What?
You know what Fiat stands for, don't you, Kiri?
What?
Exciting again, Tony.
Shut up! Thank you for the super chat. Oh, no. Kiri, I'm not like the other girls, Kilovolt. I'm a man. Oh, God. She's not a woman, my immersion. I apologize. I do apologize for breaking your immersion about that. Sorry. Okay. If you're gonna judge me based on the Fiat's position, then I'm already doing a good job, okay? It's perfect. This is great. Okay, now we're gonna go on to Alfa Romeo. Now, I personally have actually sat in an Alfa Romeo before. I have ridden in the back seat of an Alfa Romeo before, and let me tell you, for a very long time, as a naive little as a very naive little Kilovolt who knew nothing, I was still basically a babu, alright? I genuinely thought that the Alfa Romeo, or the Alfa Romeo, or whatever people call it, I say Alfa Romeo, I genuinely thought this was a British car company because of the fact that it has like the English flag on it. So, I thought when I was tiny that it was British. And now I've come to realize, well, not even just now, it was a while ago, but I've come to realize that the judgment of a child is always so naive. And I should never believe my own gaslighting, because British people could never make a car like that. It is Italian. It is Italian. Alfa Romeo is Italian, just to specify, okay? Now, I'm going to say these car brands wrong. Sorry, these car models wrong. But the Alfa Romeo has this car called the, is it the Tonale? Tonale, right? Tonale. I think it's Tonale. And I think that's the one that I've ridden in, right? And it was actually a pretty smooth ride. Pretty smooth ride, alright? It was pretty good. He was doing the no, not toenail. Oh my god. How dare you? You can't say something like that. It's not a toenail. You've also got the Junior and the Stelvio, right? And I've got to tell you that the Alfa Romeo already has its very signature red. it's kind of a really deep red color, which I can only explain as the exact same red that the Fiat uses in its logo. But for whatever reason, Fiat is not recognized for that red, but Alfa Romeo is. I don't actually know what the color is that is associated with Fiat, but it's that very deep red color, and it fits the Alfa Romeo pretty well. There is also the signature Alfa Romeo 4C, which is one of their more speedy cars. And I apologize for the coughing. And I gotta tell you, the 4C, the 4C has a nice body, especially the back. Shira! Thank you so much for the super chat. Hello. Hello, I'm talking about car brands. Everyone say hi to Shira, who is very knowledgeable about cars because, you know... No, I'm joking. But the 4C has a very beautiful Giat. I'm going to call it a Giat. I'm going to call it a Giat. Why not? Oh, wait. Let me give you not VIP. It's not VIP on YouTube's. Let me give you mod. Add as mod. Here we go. Here you go. Now she can bully you guys. She can time you out. If you say something bad to her, she'll time you out immediately. Let's go. All right, I give her the power. Right, so the 4C has a beautiful Giat. It has a very beautiful butt. It also has a kind of weird face. I would say Alfa Romeos have really weird faces because the grille at the front of the car, when you think of car grills, right, they're normally a rectangular shape, right? They're either rectangular or they're kind of like a mouth shape, you know, like or maybe not like my mouth because I'm permanently smiling all the time, but sometimes it's like like that, you know. I'm making weird noises, but yeah, the grill normally has a specific shape associated with it, but the Alfa Romeo has this weird downwards triangle in the middle of it, and it is quite unique, but it's also very small. I always thought that the grills on the Alfa Romeos are really small compared to other car brands. I mean, just look at the BMWs, but we'll get to that later. So for the Alfa Romeo, I will put that on a solid, I'm gonna say like a solid B. It's a good brand. I've never personally heard of people having problems with them, and they have a good solid recognition for them. So I'm gonna put it on B. I think that's good for the brand. I think it deserves to be there. Any higher would be too much, and then lower would just be an insult, you know? You can't do that. You can't insult them. So, yes. Alright. So, the next car brand. We're going to take ages with this, aren't we? I fear for the Citroën ranking. Don't worry about it, alright? We're not there just yet. We've got something that you're completely ignoring, right? It's very important. The next one we've got is the Acura. Now, I did not say Akira, so you can stop with your little anime references and all of that, you goddamn weebs. Do we look like weebs in here? What are you watching, anime girls? On the internet? Don't answer that. So, the Acura... the Acura has a few different models. The one that I know the most is the NSX. I know about the NSX a lot. I don't really know other car models that they have. However, I have heard of the Integra, and that's pretty much it. I don't know anything else. I just know about those two. But the NSX, I've heard really good things about. It's kind of like one of their, like a more, I don't know if it's a hypercar or like a supercar or if it's like just a sports car, but it's a pretty beautiful. I thought it was pronounced Acura. Acura. That sounds like it's a cure for something. Can it cure my depression? Probably not. Probably not. But yeah, so the NSX is pretty signature for the Acura. I apologize. It's just American Honda. Oh. Well, that changes things. Well, that changes things. So, it's a supercar, right? So, we got the NSX, which is a supercar. And then you're telling me to Google the RSX. Why? I'm doing that now. Okay, the RSX. Wow, this is a very, oh my god, that looks like a... Oh my god. Wait, someone modded it to look like the Honda Civic. No, don't do that. Alright, so the RSX. Wow, that... The RSX headlights look deformedly tiny. I don't know how to explain that. And there's some looking at the wrong one. But there are very small headlights. The newer one does not have bad headlights, however. RSX is just a Civic. It's just a Civic. Damn. Okay, so I have a problem with the Honda Civic, but I'll talk about that later because the Acura doesn't deserve to get that hate right now, okay? It doesn't deserve that. It doesn't... Right, so I will say that the Acura, as I have not much experience with the brand, and I'm purely going based off of the look of the cars and stuff like that, the performance and stuff, okay? I'm gonna say that the Acura is gonna go on... Oh, if I put the wrong answer here, everyone's gonna destroy me, but please understand, it's lack of experience, okay? I've never seen a Acura in my life in person. In person. So, I'm gonna put this on... Wait, is Honda on this list? It is. Okay, so I'm gonna put this on... I'm gonna put this on... C. I'm gonna put it on C. Is your problem with the Honda Civic the person who drives it outside your window? No. I don't think I've actually seen a modded Honda Civic. Not the new ones, anyway. I've seen the old ones. Unsubbed. Unsub right now. No balls. Unsub right now. Do it. Alright, so... Alright, so the next one is Citroën. Or as some people would say, Citroën. And please forgive me in advance, Kumanui Miel of GLOBIE Gen 1, who is a French bear. I am not condoning any French hate. However, with the experience of the French and the experience of French engineering, I will say that the Citroën does have some benefits, right? Let me explain. The Citroën DS3, which everyone pretty much knows about. It's a hatchback car made a pretty long time ago. I believe in 2011, it was Top Gear's Car of the Year. The Citroën DS3 is a pretty okay car. It's a pretty solid car because it doesn't actually use... It doesn't actually use... I believe it uses a German engine. So... I'm trying to remember which engine it is though. Forgive me. Forgive me. It uses a German engine. I think is it BMW? I think it's a BMW engine, which is also the one they use for the Mini Cooper. So the Citroën DS3 is seen as a woman car as well though, because it's quite rounded and everything. However, I was a very big fan when I was a lot younger, a pretty much baby giraffe, right? I was a pretty big fan of the Citroën DS3 Racing, and I've talked about this a few times already, but the Citroën DS3 Racing is a very rare car. It's only got, it was originally produced with about 2,000, I believe, worldwide. It was either worldwide or within Europe, but only 2,000 models. Only 2,000 models. They then increased it later on, but it's still very, very rare to actually find a Citroën DS3 Racing. And the Citroën DS3 Racing came in certain colorways that just made it look absolutely amazing. I personally enjoyed the dark gray colorway with the orange trim. It was so beautiful. And if that doesn't tell you about my love for the color orange on cars, meow, listen, shh, okay? Where did you come from, first of all? Did people just summon you? How did you know I was talking about you? Who told her? Who snitched? Anyway, so the Citroën DS3 Racing and the Citroën DS3 are quite legendary in their aspects and the way that they've changed the kind of hatchback industry, but also it changed the perspective on French cars. However, I would still not go out on my way to buy a Citroën. Let me get to it, okay? So the Citroën DS3 is good. It's great. They also have other cars that have done legendary things within the racing industry and within like different races worldwide. You know, they're known for different things, especially in rally. The Citroën DS3 rally version, oh my god, spicy, beautiful, right? So yeah, Citroën is great in the racing world. It's great outside of it as well. However, there is one Citroën model. There is one Citroën model that will never escape my mind, and it will always drop the car brand a whole tier down because of the way that car is. And I think you guys know exactly which one I'm talking about because it's just atrocious. I don't know what it is. It just looks so bad. And your French hate, you don't even hide it. Hey! I clarified this before I even said it, okay, Riel? I said, I am not condoning French hate. Alright? I said that. I said that. You could quote me on it. I did say that. I did say that. The C4 cactus. Oh my god. Why would you? Oh, guys, please, okay? The Citroën the Citroën C4. So yeah, there are a lot of different Citroëns. What the heck is the Ami? Oh my god, I never even saw this before. This is bad. This is bad. Oh no. Okay, so Citroën for me, even though it is a great car racing brand and everything, okay, it is French. Ultimately, penultimately, it is French. The engineering is not great, and it's not reliable. It's not very reliable, right? It's just gonna fall apart. And also, they're kind of, you know, I will say the GT sticks out though. Pretty good car. So I'm gonna put this respectedly you know, because of the city and everything, I'm gonna put this on C. Now, some of you are gonna lose your goddamn minds because I put it on the exact same tier as the Acura. However, I did say and clarify that I don't have much experience with the Acura, and therefore that opinion is a bit skewed. Okay, I did clarify that. So I put a Citroën on C. C for Citroën. I think it belongs there because it is quite a good city car and it does quite well within racing. However, there are certain models that just look absolutely atrocious, so I'm gonna leave it there. I think that's fair. You know, it's not S, it's not A, it's not B. I think C is fine. I think C is okay. All right, so, and then the 100-year war never ended. Oh, okay. The next one I've got is Chevrolet, alright? Reminder that I'm supposed to be your senpai, dear giraffe. Hello, Miel. My bear idol, French idol Kuma. Haha. Haha. Alright, so we've got the Chevrolet. Now, I'm just gonna deep dive into my little nerd thing that I've got going on at the moment, especially because, guys, I have a confession to make. A very big confession to make. Okay? I'm holding my hand up high. So, I've told you guys, right? I'm a very big movie person. I love movies. I love films. I go to the cinema, like, all the time. Okay? And I went to the cinema twice already last week. Okay? And I need to tell you guys something. Another confession? Yes! I went to go and watch a certain movie that came out 2 weeks ago. And this movie was not very advertised. Not a lot of people know about it. Car people probably know about it, but otherwise people don't know about it. Okay, it wasn't very marketed, it wasn't very put out there, you know, it was kind of like announced, and then, you know, if it was out in the cinema, it was out in the cinema. And the movie that I am referring to, of course, was where my love for Chevrolets began. Because when I was a little babu, and I've talked about this a few times, but I went to go and watch a certain movie with a certain yellow car, or like, it's kind of, yeah, very yellow with black stripes. Okay, and this car, it just stuck out to me. It was so beautiful. The engine was so loud. It was kind of like the main character of the movie, I guess, if it wasn't for the human person that we're kind of focusing on half the time that owned the car in the first place. But I was fixated on Bumblebee, and it became my dream car for a very, very, very long time. Even though I was, you know, British, and muscle cars aren't really a thing here unless you really import them, and they're expensive, and oh my god. But the Camaro, the Chevrolet Camaro, right? Absolutely beautiful car. I went to go and watch Transformers 2 weeks ago. Okay, the new one. It was an animated movie, but you know, it still carried and embodied Bumblebee spirit and everything like that. It was a really beautiful movie. So I will say that I am very biased when it comes to Chevrolet. I also know about the Chevrolet Corvettes models as well, which are pretty much signature when it comes to Americans and stuff like that, right? Shia LaBeouf mentioned Raw! Shia LaBeouf! Yesterday, you said tomorrow, so just do it! Don't let your dreams be dreams. So, yeah, the Chevrolet brand, hello?
Now, hear me out.
What?
As an American and a die-hard hot rodder,
Oh.
S tier.
Oh.
The small block Chevy alone is enough to carry.
Okay.
Let alone their iconic cars like
Yes.
the Camaro, the Corvette,
Yes.
the Bel Air.
Oh,
and
the C10! The C10! I forgot about the C10. Thank you so much for reminding me. So, yeah, Their Chevrolet is iconic. It is an iconic brand. I will agree. Thank you so much for the super chat. I fell in love with pretty much all their models. So I'm gonna put this. I think you're right. I'm gonna put this straight up to S. There's just something about the way the engines roar, the way that the cars are formulated, and also as well, this is something I'll bring up later, but their cars don't suffer from same face syndrome, which is something you see a lot, if you know what I'm talking about or referring to. Meow, in weeb terms, okay, you know same face syndrome, right? Cars also suffer from it. I don't know if she's still here or not, but cars also suffer from it. So sometimes you will see car brands and you know how sometimes you can't tell the difference between certain car models. It's because they kind of purposely have that problem of not being able to change the way the face looks of the car. And so Chevrolet doesn't have that issue. And I'm going to put that straight on S. However, I will say I don't actually have experience with the cars in terms of like driving them or anything like that. So that sets it back in terms of that. Have you not seen how bad Chevy is over here? I've never seen a Chevy.
The council has awarded you the rank of honorary American.
Hey, yo. America, rah! What the heck is a kilometer? Rah! Rah! Oh no. Oh, the Como SS. Yeah, that is a really good one. That is good. Did you see the F1 race? I didn't. I didn't see it. I'm gonna watch it after this. Alright, so I don't know what this next one is. I actually have no idea what that is at all. What is that? What is that? Listen, I'll leave that for later. We'll go into Volkswagen first, because I think this is more important. So, Volkswagen, or Volkswagen, right? We say Volkswagen. Because we're British, right? But Volkswagen. So, Volkswagen is a German car company, alright? Saleen... Okay, Saleen, I'll put that on afterwards. So, Volkswagen, we're gonna do Volkswagen first. Volkswagen is a German car company that is pretty much known for a lot of different things. Alright, so, did it say VW? Shut up. I said shut up because we do. Oh, so Volkswagen is known for pretty much all sorts of cars, right? But the one that stands out in the UK, because literally everyone wants it as their first car because they're just goddamn racing addicts, right? And it's the only affordable one that they can get, right? Is every teenage boy's dream is to own a Volkswagen Golf GTI or a Volkswagen Polo GTI. They just really want to have a GTI. It's been their dreams, okay? They want it so bad. And those cars are fast. They are fast.
The Brits use mile per hour instead of kilometer per
Yes.
hour is pretty based MGL. Makes y'all over the pond slightly less cringe, less than 3.
Excuse me? Slightly less cringe? You take that back right now. We're 200% cringe, thank you very much. And you know what? I'm not ashamed to admit that. I mean, I kind of have to. But, yeah, so the GTI, the TDI, you know, there's all sorts that people want. What's the diesel one called? I forgot. But everyone wants a Volkswagen Golf or Polo. I mean, the Polo's not as admired, but the Golf is it's one everyone wants. I'm pretty sure like 90% of the people I know own a Golf, and that says a lot. And also, it's one of those cars that you see everywhere, just in general. Very reliable cars. Very, very reliable cars. Okay. There's there's also the not the hatchback, sorry, the saloons that people drive around. You don't see them as often, but they do exist. I think when people go to get saloons, though, they kind of go for, like, the other German brand, Mercedes. But Volkswagens do exist as well as a saloon and stuff. So, you've also got the Scirocco, which is the Fiat car, right? It has a big old butt. If you guys are searching for a Fiat, the Scirocco is it, okay? You know how I showed you the Nissan Micra earlier in the stream today? Times that width by 2. It's literally the same kind of rounding, but it's wider. The Scirocco has a really wide butt. It's really wide and it's really rounded. So it's a very Fiat car. So yeah, that Scirocco is also one that you see around. Fiat car. Are you telling me the Volkswagen Scirocco does not have a Fiat? You go and Google that car and tell me that that does not have a Fiat right now. Tell me that with a straight face, okay? You will not be able to tell me that lie. You won't be able to do it because it is a Fiat. Everyone can admit that that is a Fiat. You don't believe me? Fiat Rocco. Oh my god. Oh no. So yeah, so Volkswagen Golf GTI, it shoots up the score a lot. I do actually know someone as well that has a modded Golf GTI as well. So they have like the exhaust modded and stuff. They've also got like some turbo and stuff like that. So they can get pretty rapid with those things. So I would say that Volkswagen alone for the Golf and the Scirocco and the Polo, as well as reliability and the way that the engine is used across different brands because of how reliable Volkswagen engines are, they just last forever. Like, you don't really have problems with them. So I'm gonna put this straight into A. I think it deserves to be there. The only thing that's not giving it an S is the fact that, you know, it does have the saloons and stuff, but they're not as popular. So I'm gonna put that on A. But yeah, they're pretty much a beast when it comes to engineering, Volkswagen. So I'm gonna put it on A, but beautiful car brand regardless. Fixed Skull, thank you so much for becoming a member. Thank you. So is F tier the Fiat tier? Good place for them. Hey! You can't come in here and start bullying Fiat. That's my job.
VW 1.9 TDI legendary engine.
Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. Okay, I googled the Saleen, and now all I see is the Saleen S7 everywhere. The Saleen S7 twin turbo. Can I just say, why does the Saleen, why does the back look like that? Why does it look like that? It kind of looks like a plane. It looks like a plane. I love it. This is so funny. Why does it look like that? Oh my god. You know what this looks like? You know those Hot Wheel cars? Those toy ones that just look like they're not meant to be a real car because the shape of it just looks so unrealistic. That's what this looks like. That's what this looks like, and it's great. It's great. Yeah, it does look like it's about to take off. So the Saleen, as I said, I've not really heard of this car brand anymore, but the Saleen S7 is such a ridiculous looking car. It's beautiful. There's also a Saleen Mustang. What is this called? Saleen S302. What is it? Saleen Mustang. This kind of looks... This looks very similar to... It has Ford's module. I was going to say it looks very similar to a Ford Mustang. So, okay, they work with Ford, I guess, then. They made tuned Ford Mustangs. Okay, yeah. Because it does look... It is a Ford Mustang, isn't it? Right, okay, so... Saleen... See, guys, I can recognize my cars. Saleen also has... Oh, what is this? Hang on. I'm looking at the archives now. I shouldn't be looking at this. Improving the breed since 1984. Breed? They refer to themselves as a breed? What, do they think they're horses? Oh my god. Why do they... Breed? It says breed. This is on the official website, okay? You go into the archive and it says improving the breed since 1984. Who's breeding cars? How do you even do that? What the heck is this? Black Label Sport Truck. Oh my god. That looks like a beast. SA40 Speedster. Well, that's fine. Steve Saleen returns to racing. Is this the guy that made the brand? Steve Saleen. Saleen S1 GT4. Ooh. So, yeah, Saleen, I guess, will go to... I think this is kind of biased, though, because if they have Saleen on here and they don't have a bath, for example, it's kind of weird. They should have a bath on here, too. But I'm going to put Saleen on... I think I'll put it on... I'm going to put it on B. I'll put it on B. I don't know much about it, but that's where I'm putting it. That's where I'm putting it. Is it a pure breed? I guess it's not. It's a cross, right? Because it's like Ford and then Saleen. So I'm gonna put it there. Right, I don't know what that next one is. It says, is that Gidamobile? Gidamobile? Oh my god, forgive me for these pronunciations. What the heck is that? The heck is that? I want to do Honda. Oldsmobile. Are these all like American brands that I've never heard of? Hang on. It is an American brand. That's why I've never heard of it. Oldsmobile was a brand. It defunct 20 years ago. Of course I don't know about it. 20 years ago. Oh my god. It's dead. I apologize. Oldsmobile, cars for olds. Right. Well, it says it's one of the oldest surviving American automobile brand and one of the oldest in the world after Peugeot, Renault, Fiat, and Opel. 1897 it was founded. Holy schmoly ravioli. 127 years ago, and it defunct 20 years ago, so it's 107 years old. That was quick maths right there. That was very quick maths right there. 107 years old. God damn. Well, I'm gonna put that for... Oh, where am I gonna put this? I'll put it... I'm gonna put it... C? C. Okay, Honda. Honda. Ah. Let me tell you guys about Honda, okay? So, my experience with Honda has been a love-hate relationship. And let me explain. So, Honda has this car model, if you guys don't already know, that I've rented about many times already, but just in case you're new here, it has a car model called the Honda Civic, right? And I have an issue with it, okay? I'm gonna tell you guys right now, I'm a hater, okay? I am a complete hater of the Honda Civic. Let me explain. So, the Honda Civic started out as a hatchback, right? It was the whole point of the car. It's a hatchback, affordable. It's something that anyone could get, right? And, you know, VTEC, it was known for VTEC. It was like a beautiful car. It was ahead of its time. You know what I mean? Very good. All right? So, it goes from that... And what I mean by hatchback, I know it's still a hatch, right? But listen, okay? What I mean is the size of it as well, because hatchbacks are known to be a lot more compact, right? So extending it to the way it is right now is kind of like a stretch, but let me explain. So the Honda Civic went from a small car, very compact, very, you know, small, very kind of like, it was meant to be your first car, you know, like it was a really good car, solid. So it goes from being this small car into this weird car with a massive curved back, right? I'm talking about the one that came out a while ago now, but there was also an option to put a spoiler on the back of it, which I thought was the most pointless spoiler in the world, because the spoiler kind of got blocked anyway by how high the mirror and the window at the back was, and the way that the car was shaped. So there's kind of no point of the spoiler being there, but it was there anyway. So I don't know what kind of decision that was. It was very weird. It got bigger. I wasn't really complaining about that though, because it was still seen as a car that could be used as your first car. It was okay, you know, it was possible, right? And everyone got that car in red for some reason, but that Honda Civic was not great. The looks of it was horrible. It was a very big downgrade from what the Honda Civic was. And then they get this new thing, which is a goddamn giant. Kind of looks like it's trying to compete with the Subaru WRX or something, right? The STI. Like, what is going on, right? The Honda Civic now is gigantic. It's bulky. It's got a lot of squariness to it. All the roundness of it is gone. And like, to get from there, from the car it was before, was really weird. And the Type R looks even bigger. And the spoiler is huge, which, you know, I love spoilers. They're great, okay? I will say, I'm just gonna disclaim right now, I think the Honda Civic Type R now looks great. My problem with it is that is not a Honda Civic. You know what I mean? That's not a Honda Civic. That should be called something else. Whatever they want to call it, it should be called something completely different. That's not a Honda Civic anymore. You know? The Honda Civic was never meant to be that. So that's my problem with it. That's my complete problem with it. So yeah, I'm not a fan of the way that they use the Civic name. It's kind of like how they did the same to other classical car models, and they kind of just completely changed them. I'm not just talking about Honda. I'm talking about like Ford, for example. There's other brands as well. So yeah, the Honda Civic Type R, it looks great. It's fine. I just don't think that's a Honda Civic, you know? So yeah, the 3-door car format is gone, which is very sad, but also that is a huge car. When I step in that car, and I have been in one, I feel like I'm in a big car. I don't feel like I'm in a small car anymore. But it's still a nice car. But yeah, no, I would say it's sad to see what has happened to it, but it's a full sedan now. Yes, exactly. That's my point. Like, it's a lot bigger. It's basically a family car at this point. But yeah, it's as an American, this is all our fault. Yeah, because I gotta say, the British roads are not made for these big cars either, especially if you live in the countryside. This is something I've talked about before, but the roads on the countryside, they don't just get bigger, you know? They don't do that, because it the kind of roads are blended to like melt in with the nature and stuff like that, and the farms and all of that. And they're not gonna just go up to the farmers and be like, we need to destroy more of your land because we need to make the roads bigger for bigger cars. Like, what the heck, man? Are you kidding me? So it's kind of like not helping that there's like bigger and bigger cars coming out for a country such as here, which isn't designed for big cars. But, you know, they still happen anyway, and there's nothing we can do about it. But, you know, who cares, right? That's the car owner's problem. If you buy a massive car, you deal with it. But, you're small? Who you calling small? Huh? Who you calling small? Actually, I'm a giraffe, so I can't be small, okay? You want me to extend my neck? I can't do that yet. Not yet. But yeah, we've also got some other cars that come with a Honda, such as the Accord. You've got the Honda Accord, and of course VTEC was a very legendary thing that changed the way cars were made for a while. You also had, oh, I got a yawn. Sorry, I apologize. We've also got some other cars as well, like the Honda Jazz. Yeah, oh my god, I just looked at the Honda Civic Type R, brand new, is £50,000, guys. Just letting you know, okay? Honda Civic Type R, £50,000. So, if that doesn't tell you about the Civic, then I don't know what does. So, what? Yes. I'm apologizing for that. So, yeah, we've got a lot with the Honda. I'm gonna put Honda on. I'm gonna put Honda on B. I'm gonna put it on B because they did a brilliant job of their history and everything. It was great. But where Honda's going right now, I'm pretty sure they don't actually know what direction they're going for. So yeah. I'm gonna put it there. I'm gonna put it there. I know some of you want me to put it in A and stuff, but the only reason I put it in B is because they kind of like, yeah, the Civic just, They are reliable. That is true. They are very reliable. I'm driving right now, but I wanted to say hi. Put your goddamn phone down and concentrate on the road. Come on, man. I wouldn't be a racing VTuber if I wasn't advocating for safety. Are you kidding me? But hi. Hello, Sam. Drive safely, please. Don't die. Thank you. Keep your eyes on the road, okay? Eyes on the prize, buddy. Alright. Next car brand. Now, please forgive me in advance for anything that comes out of my mouth right now, okay? Ferrari. Alright? Ferrari. So, Ferrari is a very interesting... Ferrari is a very, very interesting car brand. Wait, guys, please, let me talk, okay? Let me talk. Stop putting your ranks in there. Listen, listen. Hear me out. Hear me out. All right? So... Ferrari has a very interesting history. And what I mean by this is they've been in Formula 1 for a very long time, right? They've been in the racing scene for a very, very long time, right? And they've pretty much been the pinnacle of a lot of different engineering decisions and kind of changed the ways that cars were formulated for a very long time in history, okay? So I will give them that. They're pretty good in that sense, right? So And they did actually get a podium 1-2 finish just this weekend, okay? Not spoilers. I apologize. I apologize. So, excuse me, Cartoon 14 me only, alright? I saw what you did there. I'm gonna get to that, alright? Now, there was a time, and I will say, of course, I am a very avid Top Gear enjoyer. I've watched a lot of Top Gear. I know a lot of things, okay? I used to binge it all the time. Now, Ferrari has had a lot of issues. A lot of issues with some of their cars. And what I mean by that is they kind of had a very nice time in terms of playing with fire, if you know what I mean. And I honestly don't know how you can make that fumble so many times. But it was something that happened, and honestly, I feel like they're onto something, okay? Their brake discs and stuff like that would catch on fire. They'd have issues with engines, that, you know, like all the sorts of stuff you would hear in the Formula 1 as well. Like, they just had loads of issues, okay? But I will say one thing. They have been cooking with their car models recently. However, the new F80 got revealed, and I will say that is the most hideous thing I've ever seen. Actually, no, please forgive me. That's not the most hideous thing I've ever seen. The most hideous thing I've ever seen is a cube. But they also have a Ferrari car that's named Ferrari la Ferrari, right? So it's like Ferrari the Ferrari. Which is kind of confusing. Why do I need to say the car twice? You know? So there are a lot of issues with the Ferrari, but I will say one thing. I played a lot of Gran Turismo 5, and one of the cars that I actually loved a lot within the Ferrari brand, which some of you may think actually that's not very stereotypical of you to like that particular model, and it's kind of weird of you to like that model, but maybe some of you would agree with me. I don't know. I actually don't know the common consensus on this model, but the one that I actually used a lot was the Ferrari F40, and I will tell you, that is the most beautiful car that I have ever had the opportunity to race on in a game. There's something about the way it looks at the back, and then the way that the headlights sort of pop up. It's so nice. So I have a little bit of a bias in terms of that, but yeah, it's a pretty beautiful car. It's a pretty beautiful car. But yeah, Ferrari does have a lot of issues, and it's a pretty big problem across the board. I think everyone knows that Ferrari is not very reliable. They have a lot of issues. They have all sorts. But it is really nice to, you know, hear a Ferrari, the way the engine roars, the way the cars look. However, it does kind of seem like they're downgrading now, and everything's kind of going backwards, which tends to be the trend with just everything these days. So I can't really blame Ferrari for that. However, they are part of the problem. So I'm gonna put Ferrari on B. I'll put it on B. I think it deserves a B. I think any higher would be too much, and I think any lower would be an insult. So I think B is okay. But yeah, they are beautiful cars, and I do love Ferraris a lot, but unreliable. Just so unreliable. Where would you put Ferrari F1 strategist on here? F tier. F tier. Didn't they say something last weekend that was like, I don't even know what you're saying, man. Like, what do you mean? Carlos Sainz was like, what? What are you saying to me right now? I don't understand. Oh. This is madness. What do you mean this is madness? I don't know what this car brand is. I actually have no idea. I know what the Hennessey is. Isn't that also alcohol? You're gonna get a Spinala for this? Isn't that even more of a reason to put it in B? B for Spinala. B for Spinala. Okay, so the Hennessey. Oh, so Hennessey is they do like, they're an American car company as well, right? Hennessey does American cars as well. Why is there so many American car brands on here? So the Hennessey they do like 4x4s, right? Mostly, I think. That's all I know it for. It's a tuning company. Oh, okay. Wait, it's another one? Like the Saleen? Why is it on here? This doesn't count. This is car brands tier list. That's not a car brand. That's a tuning company. Come on now. Oh my god. All right. So Hennessey, I'm gonna put it on. I mean, they only do like. Chris, thank you for the membership. If you look at 250 GTO and say, I'd rather have a Bolt, and it would be funny. What's a Bolt? Hennessey Venom. Okay, why did they give it such a really cool name? That's awesome. Hennessey Venom. Oh my god. Hennessey Venom. I'm trying to find it right now. I see the Raptor. Charger, Durango, Camaro. Raptor, is it this one? At least look at their cars. I'm looking! I'm looking! Right, I clicked on it and it did nothing, by the way. I'm just letting you know. Maybe I should rate it on its website. No, I'm joking. So, okay, the Raptor looks pretty cool. I will say that the cars look very beefy. They look very American. I'd say that. They look pretty American. Well, they're going to be reliable and stuff anyway, aren't they? So I'm going to put this on... Ooh, hang on a second. Hang on a second. Something needs to be changed around. I just realized something's wrong. I'm going to put Hennessey on... Oh, this is bad. This is bad. I need to arrange things. Okay, Hennessey will go on B, but then that means Ferrari and Honda are shifted to A. I think that's right. Yeah, that's right. There we go. I fixed it a little bit. Why is everyone screaming? It needs to be shifted around because tuning companies should not really be compared to like Ferrari, for example, or Honda. It just doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. So Alfa Romeo, though, that can stay there. You know, it's just the same. Stay there. This list could be considered as bait. You know what else is bait? You know what else is bait? Wait, a bath is on this actually. I thought it wasn't. It is on there. Never mind. I take it back. I take it back. Hennessey at least A. Yeah, but I think the problem with tuning companies is that they can pick and choose and they don't really actually like do the behind the scenes stuff, you know? So it's a bit different. It's a bit different. They can pick and choose what car models to work with. So, you know, it's kind of biased in that sense. You know what I mean? So that's why it doesn't really get much for me. Right. I don't know what this is. This next one. I have no idea what this is at all. If anyone knows, please tell me. But this one, I know what that one is. That one's French. That one's French. W Motors. Wait, it's called that? W Motors. Right. Please don't tell me this is an American. Oh, Middle East. Middle East. I've never heard of this car brand before. I bet they make like supercars and all that. It's loading very slowly. This tells me a lot, actually. Hypercars. Yeah, okay. Okay. Oh my god! Look at that! Okay, so the W Motors, I have never heard of this car brand. However, this is insane. These cars look amazing. They look beautiful. I will say though, it kind of looks like a... Again, it looks like one of those cars that shouldn't be possible, but it's possible. You know what I'm talking about? Looks like a toy car that shouldn't be real, but it is. It's real. It could exist. They do hypercars and stuff. This is crazy. Founded in 2012. Oh my god. They've got 2 locations in the entire world. Wow. Okay. High performance luxury car brand. Ooh, okay. I think for W, I don't actually know much about the brand or anything, but I will say that they've done stuff. They've done track days and stuff like that. They made a car with Iconic Motors, which is a Chinese sister company of W Motors. And they were featured, one of their cars was featured in a Fast and Furious movie. So, you know, it's not just utter bad stuff, basically. Right? So I'm gonna put this on. Ooh, I don't know about the reliability and stuff. That's the issue. But I'm gonna put this on A. Not A. Not A. B. Only because I don't think it deserves to be on the same tier as car brands that already have a complete history and legacy within the car industry, you know. So I'm gonna put it on B. D for doesn't move. Wait, it doesn't move? Never mind then. I like I said, I don't know anything about the reliability, but the cars do look good. They look very good. But yeah, it doesn't deserve to be on the same tier as cars that have a history and legacy and everything like that, because this is a very new company. So I'll put it on D. Okay, so Renault. Right, let's talk about the French. Hang on a minute. That's not a sentence I thought I'd talk about. 1 second, let me rephrase that. Let's talk about this French car company. Right, so Renault. Renault is another French brand, right? And Renault has a few different models that particularly stick out. Of course, one of them is the Clio, which is a famous hatchback, which everyone wants to... No, sorry, everyone does not want to own, but it is considered a car that people can own. However, you know, when you look at... Right, this is how I'm going to establish how Renault is known, okay? So you know how you look for your first car when you're learning to drive and stuff like that, and you put into your famous search engine, what would be the best first car to have, or like what is the most common first car to have as a first-time driver, or this or that, right? The things that come up are stuff like the Ford Focus, the Volkswagen Golf, the the Volkswagen Polo, the Seat Ibiza, the Seat Seat Leon, okay? You don't see Renault on this list for a reason, all right? You don't see that. You even see like Hyundai, i30, I think that, is that i10? But yeah, you see those. You don't see Renault on any of this, okay? But they do have a hatchback. They have... they have a Renault Clio, and you just, it's not, I guess it's just not reliable enough to put on those lists. So that is an issue. There is also some other Renaults as well, like the Renault Megane, right? I was gonna say Megane, the weeb inside me. There is the Renault Megane as well. I don't actually know any other Renault models. I just know those two because those are the only ones I've pretty much seen, right? And yeah, Renaults aren't really known that well. However, I do know about the Renault Sport, the Renault Clio Sport or whatever it's called. I do know about that, and I've heard that it's absolutely rapid. However, again, the reliability from a French car I'm pretty worried about. I have also seen people modding their Renault Clios to have spoilers and stuff like that, but it just looks awful. I don't particularly like those. So yeah, I'm gonna put Renault on C. I don't think it deserves to be on the W Motors tier. I don't think it particularly deserves to be with Fiat either, because they do still do a lot of racing stuff, and they're pretty much like similar to Citroën in that sense. So I think it deserves to be on C. I'll put it there. Okay, we don't have much time left, so I'm gonna like skip to like the main brands, and then I'll complete this list off stream and post it on Twitter afterwards. So let's just skip straight into... Oh my god, there's quite a lot. We'll go into the big ones. So I know Mazda's there, I know Rolls Royce is there, I know Kia's there, Dodge, Maserati, Porsche. All right, I'm gonna try and get through as many as I can. First, before we go through any of that, I want to go straight to Ford, because I know people are really interested in my take on Ford. So like I said, the Ford Focus is seen as a really good beginner's car. There's also another Ford hatchback. I forgot what it's called now off the top of my head, but there's another one that people turn to as their first car as well, and it's seen as like a really good first beginner car. It's quite reliable, quite good. Ford Fiesta, that's it. Ford Fiesta is seen. Evanito, who brought you here? Why are you here? Huh? Who invited you, man? I don't remember doing that. It's crazy. Yeah, Ford also is well known for their I was gonna say riots, not riot, for their rally cars. For their rally cars. I really particularly love the little headlights that they have at the top of the car. It looks pretty cool, very vampire killer style car mods. So I particularly love the Ford Focus and the Fiesta. I think they're pretty reliable. They're pretty good cars. They just do their job. What can I say? Fords are known to do their jobs. They're pretty good. So I will probably put Ford in because they also have a pretty good legacy as well. So I'm gonna put them in A. They don't really have like, they do have the Ford GT as well, which I really loved using. So I actually just remembered about that now. So I'm going to put it on A. Evanito, thank you for the super chat. Thank you. And then the Mustang, of course. Sorry, guys. Slipped my mind even though I was talking about it 10 minutes ago. Of course, the Mustang bangs it up there as well. So, yeah, Ford gets an A. All right. I'm going to try and get this quickly. Right. The next one we've got is Nissan. Right, I'm gonna go to Nissan. So, Nissan. The beautiful Micra. What do we think about it, guys? What's your take on the Nissan Micra after I showed it to you earlier today? Huh? What's your take on it? The nice, voluptuous, juicy butt. Damn. Damn. No, but really, Nissan has the everlasting, beautiful GTR, which has unfortunately, for some reason, decided by Nissan themselves to be discontinued, taken off the shelves. I mean, technically, this car can't fit on a shelf, but they're discontinuing the GTR. It is over. The Skyline is an absolutely beautiful piece of kit. I fell in love with that. And let's not forget, guys, okay? Don't just look straight to the Skyline, all right? There's a 370Z, all right? 350Z. Don't forget that legacy as well. There's the Fair Lady, all right? That was also a really beautiful set of cars. Absolutely amazing. Then you have stuff like the Micra, which for some reason exists on top of the legacy that they have outside of that. So I'm gonna put Nissan on a straight A because of its legacy, the stuff it's brought to the car industry, and, you know, the racing industry as well. My God. However, the Micra, I just, I can't get that Micra out of my mind. Why does that exist? Why? Why? And the Cube and the Duke. Yes, exactly. All right. So, next one. Next one. We're going to go for Porsche. Now, the reason why I'm bringing up Porsche now, even though there's some other car brands that you would prefer me to go through, right? There's like Opel, there's Tesla, there's Jaguar, there's Lotus as well. Lexus, of course. Volvo, BMW, Audi. All right, we'll get to those. We'll get to those. But listen, okay? I need to talk about Porsche for a second. So, Porsche, if you know this or not, they actually did a stream, I think it was 2-3 days ago. And I was actually watching this stream live, right? I was there. I was lurking in the shadows. They were announcing the new 911 GT3, and it was the official reveal. They were revealing the new 911 GT3, and I was really excited about it because the 911 GT3 has had a legacy of its own, and as Porsche said themselves on that live stream, they don't see a reason why they need to change perfection apart from making it more perfect, right? And I 1000% agree with them. There's a reason this car hasn't really changed its look. It hasn't really changed kind of its sleekness or anything like that. They kept the look of it pretty much the same, and apart from, you know, bits and pieces that they did need to change about it. And I think the way that it looks as the face, it looks great. I will say I'm an avid fan of the fact that they don't do the typical trend of what every car brand is doing these days, which is increasing their bloody grille size to the size of Santa's sleigh and bag, all right? I don't need to see what Santa's got inside there, all right? I don't want to know. I don't want to know. Keep that closed, man. What are you trying to show me? Your goddamn house inside your car? I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it. So Porsche keeps it nice and slick. And also as well, I've told you guys, I'm a fan of cars, all right? Sally is modeled after a Porsche, okay? She is a Porsche. So there's already a bit of bias there too. And I will say the one thing that I did dislike about it is the fact that the price somehow doubled. It's like $255,000 or something like that for this brand new Porsche 911 GT3, which is absolutely absurd. Okay, you've got to pick between getting a house or a Porsche. Which honestly, wait a second. Wait a second. But Yeah, so 911s have a very beautiful look, and I really love the way that their engine sound and stuff like that. They do also have like the Cayman as well, which again has the same face. But yeah, they are an expensive car. They've never really shied away from seeing themselves as like a luxury brand though. So I'm gonna put this on A, because they seem to know what they're doing. They seem to be sticking to their guns. They're not like trying to change up things just because they can. And I really respect that. I think it's great that they have that legacy. So yes, I'm gonna put it on A. All right, so the next brand I'm gonna go for is, ooh, I'm like picking and choosing right now. Let's go for Lotus, because I want to talk about this for a second, and it's probably not one that you're really excited to hear about, because, you know, it's Lotus. Hey!
The 911 is just a glorified souped-up Volkswagen Beetle.
Yo! Controversy, okay? You can't say something like that and get away with it. What the hell, man? Oh god, it's pure comedy to see A tier and the lone Chevy in S. Listen, okay? Ferrari deserves to be in A. I don't think Ferrari deserves to be in S. Volkswagen, you're tempting me to move it up. You are tempting me. And there was a reason I put it in A though, and I can't remember what it was now. Porsche, the insane prices have just nailed it down a bit, because that's kind of ridiculous. Ford doesn't deserve to be S. I don't think so. Right, so Lotus stands for lots of trouble, usually serious. Right, so Lotus is what was a British car brand. It's not anymore. I think it's like Indian now or something, but they've made some beautiful cars, and I fell in love with Lotus at first because they have quite compact cars that are pretty fast. And what I mean by that is, have you seen the Eclipse? I mean, everyone knows the Eclipse, right? But the Lotus Eclipse, the Lotus Eclipse, when you stand next to it, it looks tiny. It looks like a very small car, and I've got to say, it's so cute. It is a very cute car. Like, if I could drive the Lotus, who said what? Exige. I meant Elise, guys. I'm sorry. I'm mixing up things. So the Lotus Elise is very cute. It's very tiny. It's very minuscule. And when you stand next to it, it looks like so tiny. It's pretty much like half your body. It's it's half your body. Well, I mean, if I stood next to it, it would probably be 3/4 of the way, wouldn't it? But listen, we're not here to talk about my height, all right? Shut up. Shut up. It's a very cute car. It's pretty rapid, but I know that the Lotus does have a lot of issues. And it tended to have a few issues as well on Top Gear, I'm pretty sure. So, Lotus, although legendary, wasn't really quite well received in that sense. And it wasn't really well known either in that sense. So, I'm going to put it, especially on its downfall now, I'm going to put it on... I'm probably going to put it on... Oh, you guys won't forgive me for this, but I'm putting it on C only because of how much it's downfalled, and I feel so sorry for the brand right now. It's so sad. Had quality control for all of 5 minutes. Yeah, it is sad, isn't it? It's pretty sad. So I'm going to put it there. It's quite unfortunate, to be honest, because they did have something going for them, and they just did not follow through with the rest of their stuff. So apologies if I offend anyone. I apologize. Sad but true. Yeah, it is true. It is sad, but it is true. All right, let's go on to let's go into Mercedes. So Mercedes has quite a few different models and stuff. However, I think we could all agree to say that Mercedes AMG line is incredible. Okay, now Mercedes is seen as a luxury car brand just in general, because obviously it is, right? You don't really get a Mercedes unless you're older. They're kind of marketed towards older people just in general, apart from their hatchback, which isn't really, you know, it doesn't really follow the laws of a Mercedes. But anyway, so the AMG line, I will say that there's something about Mercedes, right, that other car brands just haven't been able to emulate for me as well, like to make that mark on me as well. But the Mercedes AMG line, there's something about the way that the engine roars, and it's just so bassy, and it's so, oh my god, it's like growling. It's beautiful. When you hear that engine, you know it's a Mercedes. You know what I mean? You can't really do that with some of the other car brands. You kind of have to see first what it is. But there's just something about the way that the car growls and like roars at you, and it's so good. I just love the way Mercedes AMG sounds so well. So good. There's also the other cars as well though. The saloons feel really, you feel good sitting in a saloon car. You feel good sitting in the back of a saloon. I actually haven't ridden in a hatchback, Mercedes hatchback before, but I'm sure that feels good as well. They're really good at comfort, and they're really good at their sports line as well. There's a reason why Mercedes AMG stuff is still used as like a safety car and stuff like that as well, because of just how reliable and stuff like that it is. So I think Mercedes gets to go on a solid A. However, now looking at the A tier list again, I think I will move, I'm probably gonna move Porsche to S. The price does like waver it a lot, but I mean, they know what they're doing. They're not making pointless cars, you know? They're like sticking to what they know. So I think I really respect that for that. Okay. Ooh, let's do one more. Let's do one more before you guys slit my throat, ironically, in game on Minecraft. All right, so the next one we're gonna do is I'm picking and choosing. I'm picking and choosing. It's the last one we're gonna do. Hello.
And the C63 now is a hybridized turbo 4-cylinder 6.2 V8 for the win.
Ooh, ooh. We love the V8s. All right, so the next one I'm gonna do, the final one I'm gonna do is the you know what? You know what? Let's do I'm sorry, I can't pick one. Let's do Lexus. Let's do Lexus. Right, so Lexus, I was like eyeing Opel, but I don't want to talk about Opel at the moment, all right? We're in a hateful relationship right now. All right, so Lexus, I've heard that Lexus is pretty much the same as Toyota. However, I have ridden in the back of countless Lexus models, and they're pretty comfortable to sit in, and they're also pretty good in terms of their reliability and stuff like that. I don't think I've actually encountered any issues with a Lexus, but that goes to show, like with Toyotas as well, right? They're pretty reliable as well. It just goes to show, I think it's pretty much Japanese cars and German cars that are very reliable, like the brands. There's also the Lexus LFA, which I commented on today, but that car sounds beautiful. Absolutely amazing. So I do love the Lexus LFA as well. However, they do have other cars as well that are pretty good. So from my experience as well, Lexus was pretty good. So I'm gonna put that in. I'm gonna put it in. I'm gonna put it in B. I'll put it in B. The LFA is great. But like you guys said, it is pretty much like the same as Toyota. So I know it's not the same as what Hennessey and Saleen does though, but I'm gonna put it there. I'm gonna put it there. All right, I think I'm gonna wrap it up here. I will go and finish off this tier list and tweet the final results and everything, because there's quite a lot more car brands left. However, I want to thank you guys so much for joining me today on this car brand tier list stream. I really appreciated yapping about cars with you. I'm such a nerd when it comes to cars. Oh my god, I need to stop. Right, let me move over here. Thank you guys so much for watching today. Thank you for 500 viewers. Oh my god, there's so many of you. Right, I'm going to send you guys over to someone. But if you are new here and you love cars, hi, my name's Kiri Kilovolt. I love cars too much. And I do loads of racing games and stuff. The next stream that I will be doing is going to be not tomorrow, because I tweeted out my schedule. I'll probably post it on the community tab as well in a bit. But the next stream I will be doing will be on Wednesday, and we're going to be doing Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown for the first time. So that's going to be great. I'm really looking forward to it, actually, because I haven't visited the game ever since I looked at the reviews from its release. And we know what that was like. So I know they've fixed a lot of things and they've changed certain stuff. So I'm looking forward to being able to see that again. And yeah, okay. We're going to send you over to Spectra, who's doing Lobotomy Corporation Blind Playthrough. I think that's like a horror game, isn't it? Straight for Halloween. All right. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys on Wednesday for Test Drive Unlimited. Goodbye, guys. Bye, 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 bye.